of God.
Yeah, I'm Bobby Jones,
You
and
were
you're watching Bible
slain
Good Talk with Mike.
for my sins, a sacrifice, yes you were, to redeem all men. So my tears.
Good. Go. Good. Take an easy breath in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Good. Excellent. Good job. Good. Okay. Easy breath in. Breathe out. Let it go. Good job. Excellent. Okay. And then lay with your right side up for me. Your right side up. Okay. Maybe bend this top leg. Good. Beautiful. Bring this arm up. Give yourself a hug. Awesome. Okay. Just relax. Let it go. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Good. Excellent. Excellent job. Good. On your back. Okay. Nice and easy. You're doing good. Okay. Just let it go. Easy. Relax your right shoulder. Good. Good job. One more. Get it easy. Relax your left shoulder. Beautiful. Good. Awesome. Be good. Maybe bend this top leg. Good. Beautiful. Bring this arm up. Give yourself a hug. Awesome. Okay. Just relax. Let it go. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Good. Excellent. Excellent job. Good. On your back. Okay. Nice and easy. You're doing good. Okay. Just let it go. Easy. Relax your right shoulder. Good. Good job. One more. Get it easy. Relax your left shoulder. Beautiful. Good. Awesome. You did good.
Thank you.
That's it. Great.
Well, welcome to the Encouragement Zone with Pastor Davis and Pastor Mike.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
Pastor Mike, we have a special guest here today, and will you tell us about that?
Dr. O, welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it very, very much.
Amen, amen, amen. Dr. O, you deal with the chiropractic approach to healing. Could you share with the audience a little bit about what you've been sharing with people and just getting them healed from back problems and alignment of the spine and things of that nature?
I would absolutely love to. This is what God made me to do. So, before I even segue into why I do what I do,
Okay.
people need to understand out there that the reality is that God made the body to be self-healing, and we're fearfully and wonderfully made. When you cut yourself, when you break a bone, your body has the ability to produce bone cells and skin cells.
Wow.
Enough said. It happens over a period of time. We don't think about it. We don't have to act on it. It just happens naturally. But this whole journey of chiropractic began years ago, and even 8 years of schooling, learning about human anatomy, physiology, how the body works. That's all cool stuff. Yes.
Right. Yeah. It is.
But the thing is that if you don't really understand how healing works, what good is the knowledge that goes behind it?
That's right.
So God took my wife and our 4 kids at the time, went to Brazil. We were missionaries in a foreign land,
Wow.
and this foreign land was really living in like a third world country. And in the whole entire time I was there, over 6 years, I never saw the Brazilians dying of heart disease. I never saw them dying of stroke, diabetes, cancer. The chronic diseases that are affecting our culture here in America was not affecting the Brazilians. And then somewhere in the Bible it says that God shows no partiality. He's no respecter of persons.
Yes, sir.
So God really just laid on my heart, whether you're Brazilian or American, right? Black or white, tall or short, rich or poor, God's given us the same abilities to live out this amazing, abundant life full of health, vitality, free of sickness, free of disease. So what role does chiropractic play? Well, it's a simple role. If you're thinking about basic biology, right? We don't need to be studied in the human anatomy to understand this, right? What's that one organ in the head that controls everything? What's that called?
The brain.
The brain, right? And your brain controls everything, every muscle, every organ, every cell. And God gave us a nervous system that sends all these amazing messages in life throughout the whole entire body, telling the body what to do, how to do it, in what way, in what manner. But God gave us 24 bones in our back that protect this flow of life at all times. Right? At all times, at all moments, our back, our spine protects this flow of life. And throughout our life, guys, we do crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
We have sports injuries, and we have slips and falls and accidents. And when those bones move out of position, what happens is it chokes off that flow of life from the brain to the body. Imagine just parking your car on a water hose, and that water hose is turned on. Water is not getting to where it needs to be. When your bone's choking off the flow of life, your heart can't function, your muscles can't function, your organs can't function, and now, you know what, you're not walking out your designed health and healing the way God designed our bodies.
Yes, yes.
So, with the spine, are there nervous points in the spine that have anything that sends signals to the brain? And how does that
Well, you know, God, listen, God designed the body,
Right.
right? He designed it. He doesn't make any mistakes. He made us in His image. But man has spent in the last 200 years figuring out God's design. We call that research, we call that science, we call that medicine. So there's a roadmap. I mean, you don't need to go to school for 8 years to figure this out. There's a roadmap that every level of your spine, nerves go out and they connect. You know, in this generation of this younger generation, it's not all Wi-Fi. You know, God hardwired us.
Yes.
He connected us, right? I mean, we're connected spiritually, but He also connects us on the inside. So every nerve that comes out, Pastor McDougall, goes to a part of your body. And so your brain is constantly communicating back and forth to your body. And without interruptions, you can imagine, guys, with cell phones, we get into a dead zone, right? You get into a dead zone out there, you can't make a phone call, you can't receive a phone call. Right? Heck, if it's an emergency, that's a problem these days.
Right.
Well, you know, if you got a bone in a place in your spine pinching a nerve that goes to one of those organs, again, that connection, there's a dead zone there, and the body can't work the way God designed it. So it's all connected. We can talk about what man calls this, neural synapses, messages, signals. But you know, back in Genesis, when God formed man of the dust of the earth, when He formed man from the dust, when He formed us in our mother's wombs, He breathed the breath of life into our nostrils, we became a living being. You know, what chiropractic really addresses is that flow of life back and forth from the brain to the body.
Dr. O, I'm one of your patients.
Yeah, you are.
And you told me, you x-rayed my neck and my spine before we got started, and you told me that I may have injured my neck some type of way when I was young and didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And so when that flow is hampered
Yeah.
because of a being or a hurt or something that happened when you were younger that you didn't even realize.
Yeah.
That can cause numbness. It can cause different things because the flow is not like it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you could have problems and not even realize it.
I don't know who the philosopher is who said this, right? And I got to find out who did this. But there's a philosopher that says, as the limb grows, so does the tree.
Oh.
As the limb grows, so does the tree. So imagine this
Yeah.
analogy, right? If I just planted a sapling tree in my backyard, we're out there playing football, soccer, whatever we do, and the football hits the young sapling, and the branch is bent. If you don't correct how that branch grows, it'll grow bent the rest of its life. Some of the problems that we have happens just like that. We were kids, teenagers. Okay, we get in a car wreck. Our son plays football at A&M. He's playing football for 15 years. Sports injuries can cause this. If you don't find that problem when it first happens, then all of a sudden over time that problem just kind of gets stuck in your body, right? It causes damage, and then you start to feel something. Now watch this. I just said the word feel. A lot of us in our mind think, well, I need to feel good. No, you don't. Sometimes your body feels bad and you're doing what God's designed you to do. Feeling is something that isn't necessarily the issue. Your health is about how well your body's functioning. Your brain controls function. You might be experiencing health, yet feeling pain. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but 2 months ago, almost to the day, I broke my left foot.
I was watching how
Yeah.
you were walking.
I wore a boot. Yeah, I mean, the boot's off now, but I broke my foot. Was that painful? Yes. Was it painful over the last 8 weeks or 2 months? Yes. But every day that pain got better and better. that pain told me that my body, number one, was first damaged. Number two, though, that pain over time let me know that my body's healing. And it got less and less and less. As it got less, I knew that my body was healing. So pain tells us there's a weakness, but also tells us when we're healing.
Amen.
Praise the
Amen. 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 Interesting. Interesting. Dr. O, how long have you been practicing? What is it called? Chiropractic.
Chiropractic, yeah. I mean, chiropractic is a healthcare profession. You do need a doctor's degree to be a chiropractor. So I was 8 years of school minimum, sometimes as much as 10 or 12. But I've been practicing chiropractic for 20 years.
Okay.
And 6 of those years I spent again in Manaus, Brazil, doing chiropractic. More as missionary work. And so, yeah, for 20 years I've been practicing chiropractic, laying hands on people. Yeah. now, why do I throw that in? What did Jesus tell the disciples to do? Go lay hands on the sick, right, and they shall recover. So when I lay hands on you, pastor, or anyone in the community, I don't do the healing. I lay hands on you. Your body's designed to heal itself. It's just that simple. We just got to remove what's ever causing that interference to the body.
Right. So when you're adjusting a back, there is no medication that people go home with, and that's one of the things that.
And that's probably the biggest misconception out there in the public is what really our bottom line in chiropractic is to do one thing: make sure that your nervous system is free of interference. You know, there are chiropractors who adjust the spine in different ways and different methods. At the end of the day, it's all the same result. If I can help take interference outside of your nervous system, which is really the most important system in the body, your body, designed by God, designed by nature, it's going to always, not sometimes, not maybe, not knock on wood, it's going to always function better than it is currently.
But basically, Dr. O, I know you give God the praise. I know you do that. And Jesus came to put us back in place, position with God because of sin, whatever.
Restoration.
So what you're doing, you're realigning the back, the spine, to get back lined up with the original intent, original purpose that God created it to be. Is that a good way to say it?
Right. No. I think God sums it up too when He talks about Moses, right?
Yeah,
I always think when I read that line about when Moses died. Listen, when Moses died, am I right? It didn't say Moses died at 120.
Right.
Period.
No.
God added something.
Yeah.
Moses died at 120. He says his eyes were not dim, nor his natural force abated. Why did God add that?
Yeah.
He wants to let us know that even at 120, we can live a life full of, again, vitality, abundance, and just free of sickness and disease, free of nursing homes, free of,
Wait. Say that again. Slow down right there.
Yeah.
Free of what?
Free of sickness, free of disease, free of nursing homes. And as much as I love what listen, my father passed away under hospice care. I applaud what they do. But you know what though? If we can even avoid going away under hospice care, go like Moses did. Eyes not dim, natural force unabated. He wasn't on any prescription drugs.
Wow.
He wasn't having any surgeries. And please forgive me. There's a time and place. I think medicine is incredible. There's a time and place. But in my world, in my heart, and in my mind, in the mind of my wife and our kids, our 7 kids, even our patients, healing doesn't come from an adjustment. I'm not adjusting you to heal you. I'm adjusting you to take the pressure out of your nervous system. Your body does the healing. But guys, listen, no pill, no potion, no shot, cream, rubber, lotion is going to heal the body. No man or woman can heal your body, only you can. My goal is to help you do that without excess medication, without surgery.
And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Where you'll find men's suits starting at $89, 3-piece suits for only $99, women's suits at $99. Savings of up to 50% on men's and women's selections. Men's and women's shoes starting at $39. Let Mr. Shoes hook you up. Also check out our pastoral wear.
Welcome back to our show. We're interviewing Dr. O. Dr. O, your chiropractic cares. This is a ministry, right?
Well, it certainly started out that way years ago. I mean, when you go to Brazil for 6 years and you come back, it's nothing less than a ministry. I mean, it's every day in and day out because we're trying to teach people not only how to take better care of themselves the way I believe God intended, but also too that guess what? There is a God out there that says, you know what? I made you and designed you. So guess what? Just trust me in this. Trust me in the process. And on the other end, we're going to do the best we can to come together on this.
And speaking of the process, what are the processes that's needed when one comes here with back pain? What do you do?
Well, first of all, we got to figure out what's going on first. So they're going to answer some questions on the paperwork that kind of give me an idea. Like we're creating a puzzle now, and they're just filling in the pieces of the puzzle. So once they fill out the paperwork, then I get a chance to talk to them a little bit about their history, what's happened, right? Why are you here, and what happened in your past, and what kind of falls and accidents. And after that, we go back. We take a full spine digital X-ray to find out what the shape of their spine looks like, the alignment, the condition of their bones and their discs. Once we do that, then I sit down, I do my analysis. But really what makes our office unique, and I do this just out of respect for the folks out there. Too many times we go to the doctor and we hear the doctor tell us what our problem is. And you know what, we walk out like having no idea what he or she said. But in here, what I do is I take the time to actually teach my patients about how God designed their body. And we teach them, what does an X-ray look like? How did God design you? And if I can help them paint that picture in their mind, then they see their X-rays, then guess what? They become the doctor. Like they become the doctor. And there's a better understanding, they become empowered. And once you have that knowledge and understanding, what it's saying about lack of knowledge, people perish.
Right.
Lack of knowledge, there's destruction. By more knowledge and understanding, they can make better choices. So when we go over their X-rays, they read them themselves. Then we come up with a game plan, right? Depending on how long they've had the problem, what their job stressors are, even how old they might be, we'll come up with a game plan. How many visits? How long it's going to take? The girls verify insurance. We go over that. A lot of folks don't even have insurance in this office.
So and that's one of the things I like about you too. When I came, it's not about the insurance. You're willing to work with people.
Yeah,
that's the blessing.
Half the folks don't have insurance. Right. I mean, heck, you're looking at a guy right here with 7 kids. We don't have health insurance.
7?
Yeah, 7. A choice we made years ago for a whole different segment. Honestly, if I told you how much money my wife and I and our kids have saved, and listen guys, I'm not saying cancel your health insurance. I'm not saying that. We made some really tough choices years ago. 25 years ago, we made this choice. And we've stuck to this choice by making some even difficult decisions, meaning disciplined decisions about our health, about our kids' health. I'm not suggesting this, but you can imagine a family my size over 25 years, we have saved, put everything aside, we have saved tens of thousands of dollars by taking care of ourselves.
Right.
So you can't let your insurance dictate what you can or can't do. Remember, I think I told you guys, the world calls it health insurance. It doesn't pay for you to be healthy. It pays for when you're sick. They should change that name to sick insurance.
Right.
True health insurance is preventative care.
Right.
So yeah, we make it work.
Doctor, I wanted to deal with the 7 children, but I guess you told us that even in the chiropractic field, this might be off the cuff, but it also helps with reproduction.
Well, listen, that's
and evidently it's working in your life.
God designed the sexual organs for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And he talks about how it's something that we should enjoy as married couples. That we're to go out and be fruitful and multiply.
Yes.
We've definitely done that. but all kidding aside, and this is the thing that really honestly hurts me, because in Brazil, men didn't have problems. Men weren't calling up that 1-800 number for Viagra. They weren't doing that. And women were coming to my office saying, hey, I can't get pregnant. I got fertility problems. I didn't hear that. And again, going back to what we said earlier, God is no respecter of persons.
Right.
So if you've got a low back issue, and those nerves that go to those organs, those sexual organs, are being blocked because of a fall or an injury or an accident, they can't function properly. You can't enjoy the gift that God gave you. So yeah, in chiropractic, I've seen women who have difficulty getting pregnant get pregnant. Men with ED problems, getting that function restored. Now watch this. We're not saying across the board. We're just saying in certain cases when it's a nervous system problem, yeah, it's helping those functions. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's great. That's great news.
Yeah, it is for a lot of folks. It is. Trust me.
Well, let's look at the headache issue.
Yeah.
When I came in, my neck had been hurt back in the years. I'm not exactly sure when, but I found out on the X-ray I had issues. Now, 2 things I came up with when I came to see you on a regular basis. I had less headaches, and I breathed better.
Yeah.
My respiratory system worked better, and that helped me be more alert helped me with other things. As a pastor, I needed to be up on memory and things like that, recall. So those are two things that I just received right off the bat from coming to you on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Yeah.
Less headaches, and my respiratory system worked a whole lot better.
Yeah.
And numbness was leaving.
We all remember. I mean, you all remember. I mean, we're that older generation, right? Remember that guy Christopher Reeves, Superman?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's probably the chiropractic profession's favorite example of Christopher Reeves. This guy was strong and fit. He fell off a horse. Here's what I tell people. I mean, did he damage his? Did he break his right arm? He didn't break his leg. He didn't puncture a kidney. Christopher Reeves fell off the horse and he hit a small injury to his neck, the base of his skull, no bigger than the tip of my pinky. That one injury, because it affected his nervous system, affected every organ, every muscle. And so, you know, Pastor Davis, when you came in, you had pressure going on in your neck. And again, your body was always designed not to have headaches, to always breathe better. That was God's design. So I'm not taking credit for you. I can't take credit for you feeling better. I can take credit for taking the pressure off your nervous system. Man, you and God did the rest. You guys did the rest. Yeah,
Amen.
absolutely. Yeah.
Amen.
But he had to send me to the right person.
That's right. That's right. With the right idea and the right concept of teaching people, you know, about the body, healing themselves. You know, physician heal thyself. You know, and so I really applaud you. I see the things that you have, you know, in your office. You know, that it represents Christ. You know, that was one of the first things that brought me. The spirit of excellency, and it represents Christ. The things that you have standing around the office. Speaking of office, what times are you open, and the dates and times of your services?
So we're open Monday through Thursday. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays we're open at 7:30. We close at 10:30. Open again at 3. We close at 6 in the afternoon. That's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. On Tuesdays we're open from 3 to 6.
Okay. Phone number or an email address, or how would people
It's
get
really,
in
you
touch?
guys are asking me this stuff, right?
Yeah.
No, but all kidding aside. So our phone number is 256-721-9696.
Okay.
That's our office number, and typically, you know, you can get anyone during our office times. Anyone will always answer. You'll get a real live voice, okay? As far as an email, the reality is there's lots of emails in the office. I'll give you my personal email. I have no problem responding to anyone's questions or concerns or even comments. But my email is bigolski99@yahoo.com, okay? So it's BIGOSKI99@yahoo.com. And honestly, because I do have a personal cell phone number, I'll even share that because this is what my ministry is. All right, it's 256-975-4738. So, you know, my life's an open book. I'm willing to share it with anyone. I'm willing to share chiropractic in this message of health, though, and vitality with anyone who wants to hear it. But the sad reality, though, is this. You know, way back when, there's a guy called Christopher Columbus. Remember him?
Right. Yes, sir.
And he said that the world was round.
Right.
And they all said, no, you're crazy, the world's flat.
Right.
Sometimes when you try to deliver this message of health and healing without, you know, the reliance on medicine and surgery, that can be foreign to a lot of people. And sometimes it's you know, forgive the pun, it's a hard pill to swallow. So I just encourage those who understand, who want to understand more, just ask questions. Come on in. You don't have to come into my house. You can go to another chiropractor, but just take that chance to seek other alternatives to your health concerns.
Good
Yeah.
word. Good word. Good word. Good word. Well, Dr. O, we certainly want to thank you for being on our show. The pleasures are, we kind of want to come back and show more of the things you're doing, because when I come in here, this place is always crowded. You guys always got things going. And I really like the spirit of excellence that you have and your staff have, and the way they treat you, the way you treat you. You feel like home. You feel like a family. You feel like you're one of the guys when you come in. And I just thank God for men like you.
Well, I think you guys are delivering the true message. I'm dealing with health. You guys are dealing with salvation. You know, I can adjust them all day long. They can feel better. But I don't want them to understand there's something greater than even feeling better. That's just eternal salvation, too. So I thank you guys for what you do in the community. But I want to thank Huntsville, because we've been here for 12 years now, since we came back from Brazil. Our kids have been in the school systems. They're in the local colleges. You guys have been a blessing to us, to me and my family and our children. Huntsville's been more of a blessing to me than I probably have been to them. So I want to thank Huntsville and just the time we've had here so far as a family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of God, you were slain for my sins, a sacrifice, Yes, you were to redeem all men. So my tears I shed deep within for that blood shed on the cross, and my hands lifted high, 'cause my soul